Okay, I just want to make a little bit of an update on this thing. Basically, long story short, I guess, I had it now for almost 8 years, could even be about 8 years or so. When I originally got it, the crank was blowing out of it. It would knock like a son of a bitch. I don't even remember if I ever had it running like that. The rod was toast, the crank cases were toast. Piston was decent. Same with the bore. Needed swing arm bushings, tires, uh, steering stem bushings, pretty much everything. So I bought it at grad sale out in Marchand, Manitoba. When I bought it, I got it for $25. At this time that I bought it, my plans when I got it was to part it out on eBay, because back then I was parting out 1 to 2 bikes a week on eBay, making quite a bit of money doing it. But something told me to keep this bike. At the time, I had, I believe I just picked up my 1977 YZ400, and this is a 1977 IT175. So I just wanted to keep it because it's kind of cool having two bikes of the same year at the time. When I got it, the entire bike, including the frame, was all painted that color. So someone painted over it purple. I never bothered sanding down or cleaning up this front fender yet because I thought I'd be able to find myself a nicer replacement set. The back fender is also toast. So what I did was I sanded down the entire machine, the entire frame down to bare metal, repainted it. Surprisingly, the paint is holding up excellent. I know it's going to be hard to see. So looks to be excellent. I had it all taped off around all the tags there. But yeah, you can see, of course, wear on foot pegs. A little bit of wear here, but everything seems to be good. I also painted the exhaust roughly the same time. So, of course, the exhaust has little tiny marks on it. Most of the stuff you're seeing right here, it's a lot of dirt from sitting outside. So I completely sanded down the entire exhaust to bare metal, painted it with probably like 5 coats of high heat paint. Redid that. I also redid the complete engine. It has a brand new clutch cover, brand new stator cover. This cylinder is a new old stock cylinder on it. The cylinder was original bore, of course, new old stock. Cost me a small fortune. Ended up finding a new old stock piston. I believe the cylinder head is original, so it has new piston rings. Had the crank rebuilt, a couple of tranny gears changed. What else did I do to it? All new cables all around. Of course, at one time I was going to paint it red, so that's why this looks like a form of a powder coating, but it's actually a spray can. So you can see up here how it's starting to crack the paint. Still very, very hard paint. No, I'm not going to be able to focus in on that. There we go. You can see the paint starting to crack off. But yeah, I can peel it off, but that is rock solid paint. For the longest time, it wasn't cracking. The reason why it cracked is I loosened the bars, or took that off or something to move the bars, something like that, and then it started to crack. Gas tank 2 years ago, or maybe it's last year, split. So that's right down the side on there. It doesn't leak when it's filled up, but there's also splitting on the bottom. What happened is this vent line, which at the time I never had this one, I had a different one, somehow got pinched in between here, and it was actually squirting gas out of this one or this one about 2 feet from the bike on the hottest day we had of the year. Made a huge mess at my work. At that time I had the bike outside at my work. Okay, what else? Never ever put on a headlight on it, so never really needed to. I think I did get new rubber at one time for the headlight. That's why it's so tight still. This is just loom that I had that I threw over top it, which of course looks horrible now. It's all shredding apart. Front tire was brand new. Still looks good. That shows how much use I had on it since I did the entire motor and everything. There it is. Now these, that's a different story. I did buy these brand new, but sitting outside they rotted away within a few years. The fork Gaiters, they're completely shot. Chain and sprocket, all that is also, I did that when I did the motor and everything. I had it actually inside the house when I was doing all that. The rear tire I actually just put on last year, and same with the shock, or not the shock, but the actual chain tensioner and bushings for the rear end. Those were all done last year. It's just stuff that I haven't had time to really get around to doing. So I got a Michelin. It's a 110 118 tire on the back, so it's a pretty grippy, very wide tire for this bike. What else can I say? So, of course, the Kickstarter that's on it kind of interferes with the airbox, so it does go back up. And the Kickstarter is a cheap Chinese knockoff, so it needs to be greased up, oiled up. Look at the dust and dirt on this thing, hey? But anyway, this side here I had a brand new coil, brand new valve. The wiring still needs to be gone through. It's just taped up temporary from where the headlights were. I actually got a brand new OEM wiring harness. I just never had time to install it on here. You can see down under here the gas tank is seeping. I got a little bit of silicone on there. That's actually, I guess, where the main leak was from that hot day we had. I also had all these aluminum shocks painted up on it, forks, I guess. And I'm actually seeing it has been sitting outside now for almost 4 years, 5 years actually, how good the paint's holding up. Same with the exhaust system. So I can't believe that paint's holding up just sitting outside. Most of the time it's under a tarp, a lot of times it's not. The only thing that I hate about it is the fact that someone welded on the foot peg. As you can see right there, the foot peg has been welded onto the frame. So I was thinking of drilling it out and doing all that proper, because right now it's kind of hard to say if you could trust standing on that. You never know what the guy did for welding. Rear brakes, front brakes were all changed back then, but of course they're going to need to be changed again. The seat cover that's on it is the original one that was on it when I got the bike, but you could feel in a few spots that the cushion has been touched up underneath it. Other than that, there's no rips or anything in it. Rear suspension, front forks are great. There's 8, maybe 7 years ago I did the new seals and everything, and the forks had them all apart, filled them up with oil, of course. Most likely probably should be redone again, but they're not leaking. Yeah, so this is brand new clutch cover on here. I mean, you can see there's not even any real wear on there, nothing. So that was brand new, old stock. What else can I say? The intake boot here does have some hairline cracks on it. Nothing too major, but it's probably a good idea to change it. Actually, it doesn't even look to be that bad. So I remember there being a few of them on there. And other than that, pretty much someone rednecked up the throttle cable at one time. I just kept it, so never bothered changing that or anything. Wish I could really say more, but if you're wondering why I have this video and why I'm posting it, is I'm thinking of selling it. So I don't really need it anymore. I got a bunch of quads, a bunch of other bikes, so this one here is kind of just sitting doing nothing right now. It does need a carburetor cleaning. It was kind of hard to start when I tried starting it earlier. I had to smack the carb with a hammer. I guess I can shut off the gas now. I will attach a video to the end of this one of starting it. Started up fairly fine, but it idled fine. It's just throttle cable's broken, so I couldn't really keep it running too long. So it's going to need a carb cleaning. Chances are I'll have the new throttle cable. It's about $50 or so. I see a B. Freaking B. So I'll have a new throttle cable hooked up. Front brakes work good. Suspension feels good. Rear fenders, in my opinion, just completely toast. You can see it's and the B. Go away, you stupid B. Anyway, the rear fender's completely toast. I wouldn't even recommend using it. Or I guess it's something until another one can be replaced. There's that bee hanging around again. Nope, I didn't like that. Oh, you stupid bee. But yeah, I'm going to sell it. I'm going to be asking probably $600 for it. I'm into it for no doubt. At least $2,000 I have into this bike. So most of the parts over the years were picked up from eBay. Hell, I believe it was during the spring. This tire here was $130. The tube was $35, and then another $30 to get it put on. I was too lazy to do it myself. The swing arm bushings and everything, those were almost $150 for swing arm bushings, which if anyone owns one of these bikes, they know how hard those are to find. The chain tensioner here was like $35. This was like $20. What else did I do this year? I guess that's pretty much it. Yeah, I could just go on how much money I spent on this. The cylinder was like $300. The piston was $100. The rings were like $50 or something like that. The crank work is like $300-400 into the crank work on it. I also have a whole pile of spare parts. I have no doubt 2 complete engines. I don't know the history on them. Never pulled them apart. I got about 3 bottom ends, missing the top ends. About 2 spare top ends. About 3 or 4 cranks. Freaking B. I got 3 or 4 spare cranks. I have a spare rear wheel, spare gas tank, so all these cracks are no big deal, technically. Because the gas tank I have, that bee is pissing me off. Just land on my camera. Oh, okay, it didn't. No, it's there. Anyway, I got a spare gas tank, so I can even swap that over. It's no big deal. So I got the spare gas tank, spare gas cap, spare carburetor, spare CDI, I got probably about 3 or 4 spare stators, not including the ones that are on the engine. This exhaust system is great. Underneath this tape here, it is technically welded together, so it doesn't have the rubber bushing or anything through there anymore. One other thing is this bolt here, which used to have a stud's missing. It's just a nut and a bolt through there, so it's nothing too major, but it is a little bit of, I guess you could say, damage on the frame. Try to get a better view of that. Let's see. It's going to be hard to see. But you can just see how there's a bolt put through there. You see, whoever did it before, they actually maybe drilled. I guess they're getting ready to weld in that nut, but they just never did it. Again, the rear suspension is great. Front suspension is good. Actually great, I guess you could say. Really runs and drives nice when the carburetor is cleaned. Most likely need a spark plug. It also needs an exhaust gasket, so I got a complete gasket set times probably three complete gasket sets, so there's no problem there. I got tons of gaskets for that. Don't really know what. Oh, headlights. I got 2 complete spare headlight assemblies for it, so that's no big deal. Speedo cable was never too accurate. It kind of bounced up and down, but according to it, it only has 2,000 kilometers on it. So you can see it's 2,000. The entire time I had it, I reset this when I originally got it, so that's probably pretty accurate. 133 kilometers is all I put on it since I got the bike. And I know normally when I was going about 50, it would bounce between 40 to 60, so somewhere the cable is binding. I'm guessing it's probably the way it's ran here. You can see how it kind of goes around the fork there instead of around the front of it. Again, that was you can see what I mean about going around there. Again, that was probably about 7 years ago, whatever, when I put it back together. I just never had time to play with it. I just always had better bikes than this one, so it's just been kind of sitting around. For the hell of it, I'll give it a kick and see if it starts. So, I know I had it running earlier, but then I think it flooded itself. Let's see here. Make sure the throttle cable's not stuck, because I don't need that happening. Oh, almost. Nope, this died. I tried to give it gas there, as you can see, and it died, but anyway. Make sure that's back. I'll give it one more kick. Nope. Tools are getting in the way. A bit of kickback. Oop. Yeah, I can see already that the carburetor's filling up. It's just not refilling quick enough. It's either that or it needs a plug, so I did do a compression test on it, which I can actually make a video of that if anyone cares. Compression wise, it was at 140 or 150 psi. Again, that's absolutely normal for the way this bike is. Now for running and driving, beautiful. Shifts through all the gears, great. Like I said, there's some transmission bearings that were replaced. I also got a spare Kickstarter I can toss in. That's no big deal because, as you can see, this ain't not the one made for the bike. Still works, but it's just a hassle. I got a spare Kickstarter, all the gears, shifts, clutch also was brand new when I did it. Same with the complete clutch assembly was all new. I don't know what else to really say about it. Any other questions, you can just send me an email through the eBay messaging, or just email me at my site in the auction. If I don't get the asking price of probably about $650 or so, I'm just going to be parting it out. So okay, that's the end of this video.